So the question is, my friends, how do you know? See, how do you know anything? In this world of so many people speculating and saying, I believe this and I believe that and I believe in so and so, I believe in Nietzsche, I believe in agnosticism, I believe in Gnosticism, I believe in science, I believe in Stephen Hawking, I believe in aliens, I believe in, I believe in Jesus, I believe in the church, I believe in Catholicism. In all this, I believe. How do you know? You see, this is the question. How do you know? If I say to somebody, I believe in this, how do you know whether this belief is true or not? See, to avoid all the semantics that are involved in believings, believe means this and this means that, and how do you really know whether what I believe is true or not? You see, you know by spending time with me. So how do you know whether Jesus is real in me? Is by spending time with me. You will see Jesus then in my life, and how he works in my life, and how he helps me, and what he does. You see, but you have got to spend time with me. And if I want to know something about you, I have to spend time with you and live life with you. You see, and see how you react in all the different arenas of life over time. Suffering, pain, agony, all these things. Now unfortunately people don't want to go through these things. You see, how do you know you can run 2 miles? My friends, you've got to go and run. Then that journey of running that you do will prove to you whether you can run 2 miles or not. Now people don't want that judgment, because a lot of people today, they cannot run 2 miles, but they're pretending in their speculations that they, in their minds, and deceiving other people that they can run 2 miles. Now the easiest thing for us to do is to go and prove whether you can run 2 miles. You see, can you lift 600 pounds? The question is, can you lift 600 pounds? And then someone says, I believe I can. And then if I don't believe that, then all we have to do is set up the 600 pounds there for the deadlift or for the squat or whatever exercise it is, and you tell them, hey, here's the weight. Let's see. The weights are going to prove you. You see? The kingdom of the weights are going to prove you. The kingdom of the running, the distance, is going to prove you. How do you know you can do your job at your work? You spend time with your job. In the beginning, maybe there was some uncertainty, but as you started doing it more and more, now you know you can do the job. You see? Now if somebody can doubt you, whether you do your job or not, they can sit there and say, I don't believe you can do this and do that. But the truth is that if that person was serious, they would spend time with you and see how you do your job, and then they can make a decision to say, because then that decision is based on them knowing how you performed at your job and how your bosses viewed you and all these other things. You see? So it's very simple. How do you know that I know Jesus Christ? First of all, you have to spend time with me. And the most important thing is, if you know Jesus Christ yourself, then guess what? All you have to do is go and ask him, and he's going to tell you. You see? So how do you know somebody's a warrior? My friend, you have to also yourself go through war in order to see and understand and discern a warrior. Because then the war within you will tell you that, hey, this guy is a warrior. Why? Because he does many things that people have done in war that you've seen intimately. And you spend time with that stuff. He reacts in certain ways. He watches, he listens, he observes in certain mannerisms. You won't be able to ever tell or discern anything if if the war doesn't live within you. You see? That's how you know. How do you know somebody can speak French? You see? You're going to first of all hear him speaking French, but secondly, maybe there are certain things that are involved in that language that you can immediately sense on and pick up on. You see? So these are the things, my friends. the unfortunate thing is that people don't want to really get to know. They don't have that internal desire to really want to know the truth, to know something. Because that takes suffering. It takes time. With anything, if you want to know anything, it takes time and suffering and seasons to get to know something, really. You see, that's why we live in a world where we can't know anything. All we are taught is just, hypothesizing and speculating on things that we've never been through, or things that we think we're trusting other people who are telling us. You see, without ever knowing for ourselves. You see, that's why there's all these quick fixes. That's why you're making a lifetime decision in 2 minutes. You see, you go to buy a car, you don't have money, the guy lures you in and you believe him because you don't have anything concrete within you to tell, hey, look, I don't want to buy this right now. I need to go and think about this. Well, if you can't make a decision now, that just means that you don't know how to make decisions. And then they attack you in what they perceive as an insecurity, or your pride, or your ego. You see? And the truth is that if you had something that was worth something, then it would be worth what it is today, tomorrow. But if you're trying to get rid of something, that means it's losing its value. You see? Or you've done something wrong to attain it and you're trying to dispose of it quickly. See? So, but the thing with it is, how do you know? How do you know that all these people say, I believe in pre-trib and post-trib, and I believe in God, and I believe in... How do you know these people are true? My friend, the only way you can know is if you yourself get to know God. That's the only way. And He will prove Himself to you. How do you know your capabilities in the gym? My friends, you've got to go to the gym. And the gym will prove you and show you, and it will birth within you if you're willing to go through what it takes. But people are not willing to go through what it takes, but they're willing to be on the sidelines and throw stones, and say all kinds of things from speculation. You see, I've met many people, they never do anything, but they sit there on the sidelines and their heads are so swollen with all this speculation. They sit there and they criticize people who are actually doing things, who don't say much. And they believe, they analyze this guy, and I believe this and I believe that and I believe I can do this, and I used to, and they think by all this talking that they're gonna, it means something. You see? But then the truth is that if you go and prove yourself, or you want to prove yourself, go to the weights and lift them. Go to the job and do it. Go to the foundation and build it. Go to the garden and dig it. You see? Go and sweat. Go and see what it takes. Go and work hard at something. If you know what it takes, if you attain the depth of one thing, you understand the principles of depth of everything. But the problem is people never get to the depth of even one thing. That's why they cannot understand the principles. You see? Because all the principles are the same. If you look at an athlete, he's good in one sport, he will understand the principles of every sport. He gets very good at one. And then you get to know the principles of working hard for everything. Because you've really worked for it to get these things. So you understand. See? So this is the same thing, my friends. If many people will say they know Jesus and they believe in Jesus, how do you know that they know? You have to know Jesus yourself. It needs to be from within you first to get to know Jesus. Go through, He will prove Himself to you. All the things that you go through, you've got to take them to Him. You see? And that's the only way you can know anything. Really, at the end of it. You see, we go through this life symbolic to learn how God views human beings. We start as children, we grow up, we begin to be a little bit free, we go out to college or whatever, come back, you have a family, you now start having to think about your wife and not just yourself. Then when you have kids, you need to learn how to feed people that don't deserve anything. You're not going to tell your 1-month-old child to go in the garden and dig and to plow and to reap what he sows and all this. You're going to just give it for free. You see? to that child. You see? So all these things are symbolic. Then you've got to go through hardship. You've got to go and work even though you don't feel like it anymore, because you're now providing for other people. You see? And that's what people don't understand. All that is symbolic. That's how God sees us. You see? So we learn what it means to treat children. Even though in the society today everything is topsy-turvy, everything is all messed up. See, people care, all these relationships are broken for the sake of materialism. Divorces so that you can go and pursue materialism and money and careers. You leave your children, you forsake your marriage so that you can, keep doing certain things. Children are busy, not respecting their parents so that they can be like their idols. You see, and what they see on television and listen to. So this is so now today things are different, but I'm just saying, from an older perspective, that when a parent has a child, you learn you have to take care of that child even though they don't deserve anything. Cries, you give it food. See, this symbolic of us. We cry to God. He gives us peace when we need it. He gives us confidence. He gives us comfort. You see? So how do you know whether my peace is from God? You have to know God and receive that peace yourself. See? Otherwise you just speculate. And then if you receive my view, but you've never received it yourself, there's a problem there. You see, in the world today, there's all this debate from knowledge which has not been converted to wisdom. Because to do that, you need to start doing things. And then it bursts within you. But people are just debating from up there in the sky without making a foundation to the ground. And before you can build anything from the ground up, it needs to have a foundation under the ground. So then you get to that. So if you think about something, oh, maybe I could do this, you have to bring that thought to the earth, plant it in the earth. That means build a foundation underground and then start coming up. And then build it to the point that you're up there in the sky. It's very easy to get the thought, but how do you get it done? See? So today, if somebody comes to me and tells me these are the directions to get to such and such a place, see? Now how do I know whether this person is telling the truth? How do I know? I can sit there my whole life, my entire life until the grave, and debate with this guy and say, well, I believe that you don't know. You don't know this. And then he'll say, why are you saying that? Well, blah blah blah, this and this and this and that and this and that, and I believe this, and you according to so and so, you are like this and you are like that, and according to this person you are like this. So we can sit there and go on forever like this, and I can sit there and keep debating and arguing, you see. And then I can start spreading, I don't believe that this guy knows the directions, and I can start spreading that to everybody, you see. Or if I really wanted to know the truth, my friends, in my heart, if I wanted to know whether this guy's directions are true, whether he knows, then I have to take his directions and go follow them. And then I see, man, this guy was right. You see, now the journey of me going to that place where he said has proven to me that this guy is right, that he knows what he's talking about. He knows the truth. You see? And that's what people, they want to worry about semantics. Believe, no, believe. You see? A lot of this is intertwined. Usually you believe what you know. You see? So now I can prove whether this guy's directions are correct by going there and then coming back and telling him, hey man, you were right. Thanks for those directions. Then I can tell them, everybody, oh, first of all, the directions to that place, and secondly, who helped me to get them. See? So this is the same thing. How do you know whether I know God? You've got to know God yourself. You've got to go on that journey. It's not some easy thing where you can start speculating over other people's journeys. It's not going to work, my friends. You have to take your life and sit there and prove whether I know Jesus by knowing Jesus yourself. You got to take everything to Him, my friends. That's when He will prove to you.